Good morning and welcome to Daylight with Dean number 115 on August 4th, 2020. I'm so grateful that you're here with me this morning, and I'm glad that you're glad that I say the day, the date every day when we start daylight as well. I don't know if you'd like me to add the day of the week as well, but it's also, today is Tuesday. That would be Tuesday, August 8th, 2020. Hope you had a good restful night and are ready for all that's ahead for you today. Trying out a new coffee this morning. My wife was with a friend and she gave her a canister of coffee and have no idea what it tastes like. So here we go. Mm. You know what that tastes like? It tastes like coffee. I'm, s- I'm, I'm so sorry. I just subjected you to some of my dad humor that my youngest daughter thinks is absolutely the most ridiculous humor on the face of the earth. So I understand it's a little too early for my dad humor, but it amuses me, so that counts for something at least. That counts for something at least. Oh, wow. So yesterday, uh, I was mixed up on my days at the gym and which um, what we were working out. So this week we have upper body Monday and Friday, full body Tuesday and Thursday, and then legs on Wednesday. And I'm looking forward to this week more than I thought because legs are killer days, as I shared the other day. So upper body felt pretty good, and looking forward to getting back to the gym in less than a half hour. Um, so after I worked out yesterday, was doing our core exercises right at the end, and my phone rang all the way across the gym, and I'm like, well, I can't get to it. Well, it was Leslie. So I called Leslie back, and she said, well, I have to drop something off at the kids' work uh, at their summer job, and it's halfway to Pittsburgh, so I've decided I'm going to go ahead and just go down to Pittsburgh and walk around the point and get some exercise. Now, Leslie's never done that before. She's walked around New Kensington, but she's never just walked around Pittsburgh before. So I said, oh, okay. And she goes, I just want you to know when you get home, I won't be there. I'll be down in Pittsburgh walking. And I said, oh. I said, well, would you like me to go with you? It's my day off. It's easy to pivot on my day off. And she's like, no, that's okay. You know, and she intimated that that I could have gone with her if I'd have answered the phone the first time, but that she was already, on her way. And I said, well, where are you? I said, are you on the Tarentum Bridge? And she goes, no, I'm going across the New Ken Bridge. And I said, well, why don't you turn around, come to Giant Eagle, park your car. I'm leaving the gym now. I'll meet you at Giant Eagle on Tarentum Bridge Road, and we'll go to Pittsburgh together, and we'll walk around the point. She's like, okay. So that turned into a 4 hour, 4.5 hour, delightful, spontaneous day off Monday morning date for Leslie and I. We parked up by the Heinz Loft Apartments right along the river there. There's a river bike trail, jogging trail that goes down to in front of PNC Park, and so when we go to Pirate games, we usually park there and take the bikes and make the kids ride down there. We park there because you can find free parking there, and I like free. So we decided to park there, and we started walking, and it's amazing how different an experience it is whenever you're walking as opposed to either riding a bike or driving. I mean, it was so much fun just walking along that trail, seeing things that we never saw, experiencing things right along the river. I mean, Pittsburgh is such a beautiful city, and it was just magnificent. And it was absolutely delightful. And then we went down to the last bridge. We climbed up the steps, walked across the pedestrian portion of the bridge, came down to the park there at the Triangle, and then walked along the river and walked around the point, headed back in, and we decided to walk on the Pittsburgh side of things. Walked up to, I think we walked up to the, I don't know, we walked up somewhere and then turned right and went into the city, walked the streets for a bit, and then we were hungry. And Leslie had her debit card with her, which I was grateful for. So we went to Waffles Encaffeinated. And Waffles Encaffeinated is just across the street from the Union Trust building, which is next to the Omni William Penn, which is next to Hotel Monaco. So we went to Waffles Encaffeinated, and we'd never been there before. And it was delightful. Asked the waiter what meal we have to try. It's our first time there. And he said, well, there's two I'd recommend, but the one that I strongly recommend is the country waffle chicken something. And I'm like, Benedict. That word was in there too. So I started reading it. It was half a waffle, and it was two chicken strips that were two fried chicken strips. Then it was their homemade sausage and gravy thing, and then it was 2 over easy eggs on top. And as soon as I read it, I'm like, that's the one for me. And it came, and every bite just sent me through the roof. It was delicious. It just reminded me of the first cup of coffee in the morning. What it does, it's like, every bite of that was phenomenal. So we finished breakfast, and the bridge we were wanting to cross to go back over to the other side where our car was parked, to go back over the Allegheny River, was closed to automobile and pedestrian traffic. So we walked up to the 16th Street Bridge and then crossed back over. And when we were crossing the 16th Street Bridge, wide sidewalk on the side of the bridge. And Leslie's like, I want you on the inside. I want to be on the outside, closest to the railing, in case a car jumps over the fence and smashes me. I said, well, I do have more life insurance than you do, so that would be that would be understandable why you'd want me on the inside. So we're crossing the bridge, and just after the life insurance conversation, this gravel truck or some enormous truck came. It felt like it was flying across the bridge, but it was probably driving a normal speed. But it was so loud and so big and so heavy that the sidewalk jumped. Now, it didn't jump like that, but it moved at least an inch. And Leslie and I are like, whoa. Now, I know bridges, they sway and they move. And I know sometimes when you're sitting on a bridge waiting for a traffic light to turn, you can feel your car move a little bit. I get that. But this was so unnerving and so surprising. It was just something. Leslie and I were quite unnerved after that. So I don't know if you all have experienced that kind of thing before, but that was a first for us. And so, but the bridge, man, it's 100 years old, so it's been having a lot of trucks like that cross it for a long time without incident. So I'm sure it wasn't anything, but it really got our attention. So then got to our car. Probably, it was funny. We said, well, Leslie checked her. She didn't have her Fitbit on, so she checked her phone and the program on there. She's like, well, it says we walked 3.5 miles, and then later at dinner last night, she was telling the kids we walked 4 miles. Like, well, if we wait a little mile, maybe tomorrow it'll be 6 miles we walked. So we walked somewhere between 3 and 4 miles, and it was just a delightful time. As I've shared about Leslie and our love languages, the one that we have in common is quality time. And so to be able to, on my day off, just say, sure, I don't have to go mow the yard or do those chores I was going to do. I would love to. Absolutely love to spend the morning with you, Leslie. And it was a great, great time. So that's how my morning went yesterday. The rest of my day was good as well, and I hope that you had a good day too. During daylight, the things, I'm checking my time. Yes, it would probably be good if I had a little clock right in front of me, but I don't. One of the things that I try to do is just bring my everyday life experiences and help people see how those can be redeemed, and how inviting Christ to do our days with us, how Jesus doing my day with me, how that affects things and what things that looks like. I know before Pastor Steve came into my life, I really struggled to see what a pastor's life was like and what a normal Christian life could be like in such a positive way. And I learned to follow Christ. I think I shared just from a lot of negative motivating factors: guilt, duty, obligation, shame. I didn't learn that from my parents. I learned that from the Christian school and youth group that I went to. And I just didn't know. You love God because you should, because you ought, because it was your duty. It was, And so when I met Steve and met somebody and began to have a friendship with who followed Christ out of love and gratitude and joy, whose life was filled with just love and good things, and it was like watching somebody follow Christ out of a heart of gratitude was transformational for me. And so being with Steve those 6.5 years, walking closely with him, hearing him teach every Sunday, being his friend, being at gatherings, doing things with him, going to lunch with him, working with him, volunteering with him, all of that, it just changed me. And I'm forever different because of it. And so part of my hope with Daylight is that the difference the Lord made in my life through Steve's influence, that will get passed on. That will be a blessing to you, that will help you in your walk with Christ, in your relationship with Christ, to possibly shift from some of the negative, damaging perspectives or things in your relationship to God and your perception of what it looks like to follow him, to possibly shift to just a real healthy, life-giving perspective of what it means to follow Christ. So I constantly just look and try to notice things throughout the day that kind of reveal his activity, reveal his goodness, reveal his faithfulness, reveal things that I can be grateful for. And when I'm looking for those, I find them. So it's my hope that you will live today looking for good things, that you will look for things, expressions of God's goodness toward you, that you can live with a grateful heart with. So this morning I walked in the kitchen and I saw something that I thought, I want to talk about it on Daylight. So I have no idea if this is going to propel anyone closer to the relationship with the Lord, but it is a puzzling thing to me. So here it is. Do you know what this is? Well, technically, it is a wallpaper trough to put your wallpaper in with the adhesive when you hang your wallpaper. Do you know what we use it for? We put it under our dishwasher. Do you know why we put it under our dishwasher? We put it under our dishwasher because from time to time, our dishwasher drips and leaks from the front door straight down. From time to time. So I have a repairman. I use Mr. Appliance, and Bob Shaw's my repairman. He does a great job. And one day it was dripping, and I took a video of it. And, morning, Alex. And while it was dripping, I filmed it. I saved it. I showed it to him. And he came and took a look at it. He said, Dean, I can't figure it out. There's a seal on the bottom of the door that you can use to replace that's supposed to help keep water in the dishwasher. He said, I don't see where this is leaking, but we can replace it if you want. And he said the hardest things to fix are those intermittent problems. And so I took that weather strip and that seal, and I looked, and there was a tiny, tiny tear in it. And so I had some glue for my scuba gear, and it was good for stuff that's in water a lot. So I glued it, and for 2 months, not a drip. I kept the tray under it the whole time because it's so random. Well, then I said, this is ridiculous to keep this tray here, and I put the tray away. Within a week, it was dripping again. And so I checked the strip out again. No, I can't figure it out. Called Bob. He said, I don't know. And cleaned the strip again. haven't changed anything else. That was at the beginning of the pandemic. For the past 4 months, it has not dripped one time. Do I dare put the tray away, or do I keep it on the floor underneath the dishwasher? That's the question. I would love your suggestions. I would love your advice and input. And I'd love your opinions on that. Again, have no idea if that helps anybody or me on our walk with Christ, but wanted to share that with you. All right, guys, I'm going to head to the gym and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And let me pray for you. Father, I just thank you so much for this day that you have given us. And may we live this day aware of your presence, aware of your blessings, aware of people in need. Father, may we notice these opportunities that you are bringing to us while they are in front of us instead of when they have passed us by. And God, it's with great anticipation that we look forward to all that you have in store for us today. God, I love you. And I thank you so much for your watchful eye in my life. And I pray that you would bless and watch over each person here today. In Jesus' name I ask. Amen. All right, everybody. Great to see you. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.